Well, it's officially been confirmed now, y'all. Angela Simmons went on a podcast with Angie Martinez and confirmed that her and Yo Gotti.
Angela Simmons is very beautiful. She is, I mean, she is fine, fine, right? We watched her come out. We watched her come up through Reverend Runs, the TV show that was on TV a couple years back, and she was the daughter of Reverend Run, Reverend Run of Run DMC. The most prestigious rap group of all time, right? She's also the niece of Russell Simmons, one of the staples in hip hop music. So she come from a very squeaky clean, privileged family. A family that's well known in the black community, a family that's a family that's well respected in hip hop music. She had her share. She's had her share of dating all kinds of men, throughout the industry, or the pick of the litter of the type of men that she wanted, right? But she always picked, she's had a history now when we can see her picking thugs, right? Um, Probably the type of men that her father wouldn't approve of. We know that she, at one point she was dating Romeo Miller, right? And he wanted to have more than a friendship with her, but then she ended up meeting Sutton Dennison. And Sutton Dennison and she ended up getting pregnant and having a baby by this man, right? And, he ended up getting unalived in 2018, but she claimed that she was a virgin up until she was 24, right? And she got with this guy. And we know that this guy was a bad dude. He was in the streets. He ended up getting unalived in his driveway outside his house. You know, um, it was a sad thing. She was devastated. She wanted Romeo after he died. She was trying to get with Romeo, and she wanted him to kind of like be like the stepfather or something to the child, and Romeo wasn't having it. I remember on the show, Romeo basically got away from her, got rid of her, and he went and got his own wife, and now he has his own family. So then she went to Daniel Jacobs, who was a boxer at one point. He was the middleweight champion of the world. That didn't work out, right? That didn't work out. So she went from Romeo to Sutton Dennison to Daniel Jacobs, and then there was a hood rapper from Memphis, and he was really trying to get with her, and he was doing everything he could possibly do to get with her. And she was shooting him down at first, and he was putting her in his raps and everything. And we talking about Yo Gotti, the gangster from Memphis. I'm talking about the guy that's mixed up in a controversy with young Dolph being unalive. The guy whose brother was unalive at their uncle's funeral, Big Jip, right? The guy who's the feds is about to come knocking. She got with him. And they were in a relationship for a couple years. I remember they broke up like a couple years back, got back together. But this guy is a dude, man. He with his hip hop raps, he raps about drugs and guns and gang, bang, bang, anywhere gang stuff. And she got with this guy, and I'm sure Reverend Run, the little bit of hair he has left fell out his head, right? I did all these raps and made all this money, so you can go date this. Well, that's what she chose to date, right? And apparently they've been broken up for some time now. And she went on to Angie Martinez, and Angie Martinez asked her, was her and Yo Gotti broken up? And she said this.
Are you guys together still or no?
No,
No.
I'm not with him.
No.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, not by choice, but I respect him. It's all love.
It's
Like
not your choice?
I wouldn't have chose it, but it was what was best. But I wouldn't have chose it. No.
What are you saying to me right now, Angela Simmons?
I'm saying that I'm a lover. I love love. I love relationships. I still.
This man proclaimed that he wanted to get with Angela Simmons. This man like pursued you. He proclaimed it in front of everybody
Right.
that he wants Angela Simmons. So you're not telling me that he ended? Did he end the relationship or did?
No, it was my choice. I had to make a decision, but I think there's a certain level of like what I can share and would share publicly.
So basically, you got Angela saying that the relationship is over, and she had to end the relationship. She really didn't want to end it, but they're not together no more. And I think that we all know the reason why they're not together anymore. But she was just basically telling Angie Martinez without putting all her business out in the street that it was over. But people on the internet really started to weigh in, right? And they start saying this.
Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti have called it quits. people are speculating that he cheated on her. But according to the streets, that's not so. Everybody that really know that got their ear to the streets is saying that the reason why Yo Gotti and Angela Simmons parted ways is because Yo Gotti got some problems he got to worry about. And those problems are the feds. If you remember, not too long ago, Whack 100 was warning Yo Gotti that the feds was going to pay him a visit. Normally, I do not do this type of content, but I like them together. I like how he manifested that he had a crush on Angela Simmons and he wanted to get with her. And then some odd years later, he ended up with her. I thought that was beautiful. But now, this is my opinion. I feel like they sat down and they had a heart to heart. And I felt like Yo Gotti was like, look, this is what might be coming my way. I want to let you know so you can decide whether you're going to stay or whether you're going to go. Because I'd rather you leave now than leave me right when I'm in the middle of it. I believe Angela Simmons was like, let me chuck this deuce. Because if you recall, she's dealt with that before. You know, the whole street type stuff. Remember what happened to her child's father. So who wants to relive that? Who wants to go through that again? When Angela Simmons sat down with Angie Martinez, she said she wouldn't have chose it. So I feel like it's not something she chose. She felt like she didn't have a choice. And I never really dug too deep into it, but from my understanding, he has something to do with young Dolph. But I will never forget Whack 100 warning to Yo Gotti that the feds was coming to see.
But he wasn't the only one voicing his opinion. There was also other people. Check this out.
It seemed like Yo Gotti had a lot going on last year. His name was coming up in allegations in different court situations. He lost his brother. It was a lot going on, so I can only imagine how hard that would be to actually be able to show up for somebody properly in a relationship. Like, I can't imagine sitting here trying to love somebody, just losing my brother, my name getting brought up in like real live, real court situations, up on the news, name going across the jump. I can only imagine that seems like a lot. So I kind of understood why, and realistically kind of honestly respected and respect her answer for saying like, yeah, I still love him. Didn't want to have to break up, but we had to just for whatever reasons.
So with these comments go right into the so-called online gender war between black men and black women. Nobody takes accountability for the things that they do. They just jump on one side or the other. All women jump on women's side, all men jump on men's side. And this is part of the gender war, people, because you got black people that got sense, that actually has a brain, that actually calls out bad behavior on either side. You do still have black people that exist, men and women like me, that exist, right? That still call out bad behavior. But on the internet, again, you have people that's talking like this. Yellow Diamonds, these men will chase you down the street to just disappoint you in the end, right? So this is the stuff that they're saying, right? Then you have, it's neat. This why I run away from the men who's been wanting me. They are the main menaces. She run away from the men who want her. So you run to the men who don't want you? I'm confused by that comment, right? And then Yellow Diamond, these men will chase you down the street to just disappoint you in the end, right? This stuff, man, this thing, this thing gets real crazy, right? Then you had Rand Desario. Reading between the lines sound like the feds are coming. She's not in position to mentally hold him down, so she dipped. And she has that right, right? This is what they're saying, right? Nut popping fly it. You said not by choice. Then you said you had to make a decision to end it, right? And he's laughing, right? Then you have ladies, never date the one that chased you for years, I promise you. So never date the one that chased you. So who should you date? The one that ain't paying you no mind? Man, this is crazy, man. Don't take advice from these people online. A man will literally beg you for your time and waste it. No, that's the man you chose. Y'all just be yapping in these comments. 1 minute a man should love you more than you love him. Now is never love a man that chased you for years. Y'all don't know these people in real life and why she broke up with him. Relax. Y'all love projecting your own feelings onto other people's relationships. And this is India Michelle. Finally, a woman with a brain, right? Check it out. Let's move on. Right? Ja the Dow. He chased her and played her. I learned that way too, Angela. You learned what? What did you learn? The feds is coming. She ain't trying to get subpoenaed. So, but she said he chased her and played her. She learned that way. No, you picked the wrong man. I'm sure it was thousands of men out there that liked you. You didn't want him, right? She wanted marriage and he didn't. I'm sure she gave him the ultimatum, right? So, I mean, this thing gets real crazy and goofy. But let me just say this. Let me just say this out there, right? Um, she had access to a lot of men. And the man that she chose to have a baby by and the man that she chose to be in a long-term relationship, when she claimed that she was a virgin and saved her body all these years, she ran to the streets and she got with street guys. Yo Gotti is a guy that she can't go out in public with him and be safe because at any given time, somebody can walk up to him and Swiss cheese his car or unalive him, and she can get unalive while being with him. So I'm sure her father, Harp Skip the Beater, was or every time his phone rang, he was afraid. He was scared. I'm sure her mother, because we know that he has well-publicized beef. We know that his restaurants was popped up in Memphis. His mother's house was popped up. His brother was unalived at a funeral. So they had a lot of stuff going on, man. You know, in regards with him and Young Dolph, and a lot of his affiliates was also hit up. Right, his name was coming up in RICO charges and unaliving investigations. Right, we all seen the situation with Young Dolph when they came and locked these guys up. Right, and Big Jook's name came up, his CTE or whatever, I forgot the name of his crew. Their company was coming up as far as payment to pay these guys. So there's an impending RICO charge coming, right? He knows it, she knows it, and she had to get out. She finally started listening to the whispers of her father. Right, girl, what are you doing? So I worked this hard. I'm not telling you not to be with black men, but why you got to go to the guys that want to be in the streets and be real N-words? They got all this money and they want to partake in this kind of behavior. Why you got to open your legs up to these guys? Why you have to have a baby by the guy you had a baby by? Now you're a single mom because he don't went out there and got himself unalive because he was in the streets. All the guys that you could have been with. There's thousands and thousands of upstanding, good black men that actually love black people that's not part of tearing the community down. You didn't want none of those men. Then you got all these idiot women on here, a part of the gender war, making stupid comments. Only one of the sisters made a good comment, India Michelle, when she said to the women, y'all be yapping in these comments. 1 minute a man should love you more than you love him. Now it's never love a man that chased you for years. Y'all don't know these people in real life or why she broke up with him. Relax. Y'all love projecting your own feelings onto other people's relationships. And that was a woman really explaining these women that don't like to take accountability. Her accountability is choosing to be with Yo Gotti. Like I said, there's a lot of other black men out here, very good black men that's running companies. They're good 6-figure, 7-figure black men that's living good lives. They not out here tearing up the community. They not out here mixed up in RICO charges. We ain't just all just thugs and gangsters. 90% of black people go to work every day and do good. Why, out of all the black men she can choose, why choose those men? She didn't want Romeo, and then when Sutton was unalive, she wanted Romeo. Romeo got the heck up out of there. So I think it all ultimately comes down to your choices, and you have to be accountable for the choices that you make. And too many times these women love the streets and love the gangster lifestyle and the image of it, right? But when accountability come knocking, they're not ready for it. So ultimately, you know, she's no longer with him, right? They both moved on. We know that Yo Gotti got some trouble coming, and Angela Simmons is back on the market. And a lot of people saying that, you know, she's older now, close to 40, and she's washed up. I don't think so. I think Angela, she'll be able to bounce back. I just hope that she learned from her decisions in the way that she choose men, and go get a brother that's not mixed up in all this foolishness, where she can be safe, where she go outside, and she can actually be in a relationship where she's happy. So I'm going to cut this video short here. If y'all made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.